as you know, in some of the deaths that we had in one of our hospitals. But I was there talking about substance abuse, and I had one of the nurses who was very straightforward. And she says, well, if you all didn't call and raise so much cane with us about, because we won't give veterans their drugs they want, because if we don't give it to them, they would call and rate that service at that hospital as poor and give them poor ratings, which brought more scrutiny. Are you familiar with all this?
So I understand the concern they're fighting. I'm not familiar with the specific statistics.
You know if that's been changed? I understand we put a piece of legislation that changed. You cannot complain about the disbursement of drugs, because I can tell you a lot of the veterans knew exactly. They knew more than the pharmacists knew about what drugs they wanted and why they wanted them. And they would determine to get those drugs. And if they didn't, they would call their representatives, with senators or congresspeople, and complain they were getting poor service. And we found it was mostly over drug dispensing. I can see that Laura, you want to say something.
If I could just add, though, it is a fair concern. The pendulum has swung dramatically, and veterans who are on chronic opioid or any type of chronic pain treatment, to aggressively taper is not an appropriate form of management.
We're not saying aggressively. Some of these nurses know better than what anybody else knows.
No question.
They're not able to do their job. But I'm hoping that is reversed. Does anybody ever know about what I'm talking about? Have you heard that? Chelsea, you want to talk?
Yeah, I've heard about it, and I've experienced it, and it's twofold, like you mentioned.
Tell me which way it's going.
Well, so it's not always a veteran that's seeking the drugs. I mean, it's a interesting move, but I bring this as 1 month of pills from the VA that I didn't ask for, that the providers thought I needed. And I said to them, if I take all these, I probably won't wake up. This is 1 month. And so with all due respect, trazodone to help me sleep, ropinirole, and
is that on a daily basis?
This is on a daily basis.
Oh, someone take a picture of this.
So, but this is so it's not always the veteran that's asking for.
So it's basically being prescribed to them.
We're not looking at it from a holistic
you got to be kidding
perspective.
Me.
There's two more. There's two more.
Put them all out there. Yeah, please get this.
And so, if I take these together, there's a good chance I won't wake up. And thankfully, as a healthcare provider, I know I can't take this with this and that with that. But these are all my pills. And so
have you talked, knowing that you have the medical expertise, have you talked to the providers why they did this?
When I said to the provider, I went to the VA two months ago, and I said, my back is getting worse. My spine is collapsing on itself. Right. I'm 32 years old. Go to physical therapy. Here's some more gabapentin. This should help with the numbness. I said, that doesn't work. I've been doing this for 10 years. What else can I do? Oh, you can have a spinal fusion, so I can't walk. I said, that doesn't work for me. I can't sleep. I can't stop tossing and turning, and it's solely based on an injury. And so if this isn't an addiction in the making, and this is recent, this is 1 month. If this isn't an addiction in the making, I don't know what is. And this is why it's critical to see patients in person.
Well, this is what I was saying too. I've been told basically, and I've talked to a lot of our service members who have been deployed, and they're able to get anything they want, any concoction they want, just to get through the day.
Except if they want alternative treatment, respectfully.
It's a shame, isn't it? Mr. Chairman, we got to do something.
Thank you, Senator Mann.